Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5 a.m. club. And it's going to be a glorious morning. Not a cloud in the sky. There's a gentle easterly breeze just pushing those flags on the harbour bridge. And it looks like it's a run-in tide, and an awesome day. It's Monday, the 12th of April, and the beginning of a work week. I'm running on just a couple of hours of sleep, having been to a function last night at the Sticky, and we celebrated a friend of ours' birthday, which actually is today. So I'd like to wish Angelia happy birthday for today, and wishing you many happy and healthy returns, where you're always surrounded by loving family and loyal friends. This is me here, and have a great day. So what I want to do now is just go on a bit of a walk and talk. I'll try and head over there to the International Passenger Terminal to try and get some of that beautiful sunrise happening. I won't be able to capture it because I need to be at work, but at least getting those early rays silhouetting the Opera House would be a nice start to this awesome day. Anyway, let's start moving, and what I want to do is take you through a book summary, and today's book summary is entitled Mindsight. An interesting book title, and it's written by a gentleman, an author by the name of Dan Siegel. So what's this book all about? Mindsight. So I guess he kicks off the book with an interesting quote, that if you were to fight with yourself throughout your life, you need to ask yourself, who's going to win? If you're always fighting yourself, then you're creating grief for no real reason. So just an interesting way to start this book, by just creating some perspective and allowing us to think about what we're doing and why we're doing it. But this whole concept of mindsight is based on the skill of being able to reflect on the connection that exists between our body and our mind, and also combining the skills and the learnings of emotional intelligence with self-awareness and stoicism. How beautiful is it? Look at these colours. We've got the yellow, the green, the grey of the harbour, the green, the red of the lights over there on the International Passenger Terminal, as well as this beautiful, most beautiful morning about to dawn and to break through. And just looking at the water here, just looking at the stillness of this water, even though there's a bit of a breeze blowing, as you can see from those flags, just that stillness of the water, I guess, is an interesting and important way of looking at ourselves. Because according to the author here, he says that one of the things that we should try and do is to imagine ourselves as being a river, and to stay calm and balanced throughout our day, throughout our lives, wherever possible. And he says something here which is really, really interesting. And I remember my father mentioning this sort of thing to me as I was a young man growing up. And he said that you need to stay clear of radical and extreme thoughts and ideologies, because radical thoughts and extreme ideologies will trouble you, but will also cause you, what am I trying to say? it'll cause you, I guess, pain and suffering and disappointment and unhappiness, because you're always going to be fighting against yourself, and also fighting against other people for no real gain, I guess, is the big lesson. You know, you see on Facebook, you see on social media, you see across the board, you know, people have extreme ideals. You see it all the time with these, conspiracy theories. People create all this cognitive dissonance and pain in their lives, and you ask yourself, you know, what's the real reason? What's the benefit? You know, who cares at the end of the day if it's right or wrong? Because it's not going to change your life. You're not going to be able to change it either, because it's well outside of your control. So why focus on it in the first place? Because by focusing on it, it's only going to cause a disturbance to yourself and to those around you. So a very valid point to steer clear of extremes in ideology, and that is one way of maintaining a happy life. So what the author is saying here is, think yourself as if you're a gentle flowing river, and don't clash with yourself and everybody around you, because just that act of clashing is very disruptive and unproductive, very unproductive as well. So just like a river, the author here talks about the importance of embracing and making room for everyone within your life, within your boundaries, and to continue your own course, the course that you've set. Just continue unabated the course that you're set, and not to try and change dramatically. Just keep on flowing. And the second formal point which comes out of this book is the importance of practicing the key aspects of Mindsight with the three following measures. So the three measures, look at those colours, look at that beautiful orangey dawn. Those colours are just magnificent. So using the three different exercises of observation, objectivity and openness. So how do we use these three things? I've got to tell you, there's a bit of a chill in the air. It's starting to feel a little bit cooler and colder. But I think winter is on its way. You can feel it in the air. You can see it in the colours that winter is on its way. So I'm all rugged up, thank God. I'm wearing 2 shirts and a little coat, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really, really good. And the other thing that the author talks about is to imagine your mind is an ocean, and like an ocean, you know, we can think and feel, and what we think and feel comes in ripples, waves, and even storms. But always these things just move across the surface of the ocean, remembering that the bottom of the ocean always stays calm. So once again, it's a focus and a reminder that we need to manage our emotions as best we can, but to stay calm, because once you relieve yourself of your calmness and you get agitated and stressed out, what happens is that you change your state. You change your state, which also changes your chemistry, and you pop into the primitive brain waves and brain mindset where you experience fight or flight or freeze. So you don't want to be in that sort of state, because, as we said, that's the primitive state that may have served us in a primitive life, but the reality is that these days, risking your life and being in extreme danger is something which is not all that real. So you need to probably spend more time thinking clearly, and to think clearly you need to be in your neocortex, or your new brain, I guess is the best way of describing it. Anyway, here we are. I can see a bit of thick cloud on the horizon there, so the sunrise is going to take a little bit longer to pop up. But look at those beautiful colours, and look at those shapes. The shapes of the sail of the Opera House are just so clear and just so beautiful. So it's all about staying calm. Always stay calm, and to use those 3 points. Observation. Learn to notice when you've got distracting thoughts in your life, because we don't want to spend too much time being distracted. It's best to try and focus, and to at least have some control over what you're thinking about and what you're doing. So the power of observation, and that is observing yourself and being conscious of what you're doing and what you're thinking about, and being in control at least of that part of your life. The objectivity is the second point, and it's important not to judge your thoughts, but just to follow the flow and notice how you feel and learn from it, because there's no benefit in continuing to fight against yourself. Learn to go with the flow, but be, as we said before, have observation, be cognizant of what's happening, allow it to express itself, but also learn how to channel it and to move it in a direction that's going to be productive and it's going to serve you. It's important to know that you need to be able to control those things that in order to serve you as opposed to work against you. And the last point is to rely on openness, accept your emotions and don't stress, be calm, because being calm is the key. Just like the weather today, you look at the surface, you can see a few ripples, but below the surface there is a calmness down there in the water. And the last key point to come from these writings is that it's important to be receptive and not reactive in our life, especially with our relationships and the people around us. To be calm, as we said, to be receptive, and to try and manage as best we can without creating I guess knee-jerk reactions and problems, and generate problems where we don't need to have any problems. Even though we need to accept that sometimes arguing and being confronted is a natural and a normal part of life. It is also important to know that we need to be able to control that and manage it and channel it, as we said before, and not to allow it to compound and to grow, not to allow problems and confrontation and challenges to pile up, because we need to deal with it one by one and not to let it to, as we said before, just grow and get out of hand. So deal with your challenges, deal with your issues one by one, and don't just sweep them under the carpet and hope that they go away, because they're not going to go away. They need to be resolved. Otherwise there'll be unresolved issues which will just mount and create a wall of pain. So and the final point, as we said before, as we alluded to before, is not to go into freeze, fright or flight and react. Instead, respond by staying as receptive, as connected as you possibly can, because once you flip into fright, flight or fight, the 3 F's, then it doesn't serve you, and you're just going to get aggravated and worried and stressed for no bloody reason at all. So in order to sort yourself out sometimes, because we are getting bombarded with challenges all the time, you may want to take some time out. If it's too heated, take some time out and come back when you're fresh and ready to be more productive in terms of your state. So I think that's it. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining me on this glorious morning on the 12th of April. It's going to be a wonderful day by the looks of it. I can't see any cloud up above, and as I said before, the wind is blowing from the west. So that cloud, which you can see there on the horizon, those little puffy clouds on the horizon there, they'll get blown further and further out to sea. So wishing everybody a wonderful day, and let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel absolutely great. A little bit ginger on my toes and my heels, having danced 3 or 4 hours non-stop at the Stecky last night. And I was reminiscing that I celebrated my Bucks night at the Stecky almost 36 years ago, and the place is an institution, and Paul is doing a wonderful job there, creating Gephi, allowing younger, older, all types of people, including non-Greeks who congregate there for a taste of Greece, because with COVID-19 and the challenges that we face with vaccinations and all those things, it's going to be a while before we can go to Greece, but we can have Greece come to us every weekend if you want. The music there is great. It's intimate. It's small, but it is very good, very good indeed. So let's finish off. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel absolutely great, as I said before. Thank God for Nurofen, and to all my friends and family. Stay connected, stay relevant, stay reasonable, and let's use our Mindsight. Let's use our Mindsight to create opportunities, to create joy, to create happiness in our lives, and to just use some of the learnings from this book, so that we can become the wind beneath our wings, so we can live, learn and pass it on, and have a great start to the work week. And once again, wishing Angelia all the very best for her birthday today, and may she, Alessandro, her mother, and everybody live in harmony and make the most of these great years that we all have, and to celebrate friendship, celebrate health, and celebrate the fact that we live at the moment in one of the best countries in the world. You really wouldn't want to be anywhere else at this given moment, but hopefully we can get a chance to travel back to our other home in Greece and enjoy the gifts of our culture, our traditions, and the many friends and families that we have in Greece as well, who we can't wait to see. Anyway, take care everybody, Yassas, and stay well. Filakia from Jim's 5am Club. Bye for now.